Hey, my name is Avery Claire Jones and I'm going to be a pharmacist. I'm coming to you live from my bedroom on day 8 of isolation, but I'm from Pontotoc, Mississippi, which is between Tupelo, Mississippi, where Elvis Presley was born, and Oxford, Mississippi, where the University of Mississippi is located. I'm currently in my second year of pharmacy school at the University of Mississippi School of Pharmacy, where I received a Bachelor of Pharmaceutical Sciences in May, and I will get a PharmD or Doctorate of Pharmacy in a little less than 3 years. I wanted to be a pharmacist since I was in 3rd grade, just like my dad. I was always in awe of how he seemingly knew everything about medicine, and I never really outgrew that awe. But before that, I wanted to be a school bus driver. And I know what you're thinking, where's she going with this? And I understand I'd think the same thing. But I realized that 4-year-old Avery Claire was onto something, because it seems like I've always wanted to get people from where they are to where they need to be. Whether that meant physically from one location to the next, or from one place in their health journey to another. I want to help people in their journey. I want to help patients get to where they need to be. So what makes a pharmacist a pharmacist? You could ask a lot of people and they'd probably tell you counting pills and dispensing medications. But there's so much more that makes a pharmacist a pharmacist. To me, it means serving those around me. It means being the most accessible healthcare professional out there. It means 7 years of formal education and maybe 1 to 2 years of residency to make sure you become a medication expert. It means working in community pharmacies, hospitals, clinics, for drug companies, you name it. It means administering vaccinations, educating, counseling, advocating to insurance companies on patients' behalf, working in an interdisciplinary team. The list could go on and on. I can't tell you exactly where I'll be in 5, 10, 15 years. The possibilities bounce around in my head on a daily basis. Maybe I'll be a pediatric oncology pharmacist who's inspired every day by the fight I see in my patients' eyes. Maybe I'll be working in an underserved community where I'll make sure my patients feel heard and understood and that they receive top-notch care. Maybe I'll be a board-certified solid organ transplantation pharmacist who helps her patients navigate their second chance at life. Maybe I'll be implementing my business plan I dreamt up a year ago called Sit and Sip, where I educate patients on the importance of genetics on drug efficacy and safety. Whenever I read the prompt, I really wanted to come up with some elaborate idea and plan that would make me stand out, but truthfully, I can't do that because I don't know exactly where I'm going to be. What I do know is that I want to impact every single patient I come into contact with's life. That may seem too simple, that may be too small, but I realize that if I impact every patient I come into contact with, I'll make a huge difference over the course of my career. If a patient's seeing me, that means something wrong. They might be scared or angry or frustrated or lost. Maybe they just got a life-changing diagnosis. Maybe they're struggling with addiction. Maybe they don't know how to use that inhaler that they just got prescribed. Maybe they're trying to figure out how to afford the insulin, or they don't even understand why they need to be on the blood pressure medication. I want to make sure my patients know that I'm a listening ear, an advocate, an educator, a shoulder to cry on. I want to make sure that I'm never too busy counting pills or putting labels on bottles to really listen to my patients and address their concerns and answer all their questions. Yes, they need their medications. Yes, they need their flu shots, but they need somebody who's willing to listen and to care for them. And I want that to be me. I can do that no matter where I'm working. And that's why I want to be a pharmacist, and that's the impact I can have. So my favorite quote, onto the good stuff, is from one of my dad's favorite band songs called Head Full of Doubt, Road Full of Promise by the Avett Brothers. One of the lines says, decide what to be and go be it. And my dad used to always tell me that in high school, and it really ingrained in my head that I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. And for me, I want to be a pharmacy student, a pharmacist who positively impacts every person I come into contact with. And how do I take my coffee? I take it as Dr. Pepper because I don't drink coffee. But to finish off, I just want to say yes. It would be great to win the $50,000. Knowing you're going to come out of pharmacy school with 6 figures in debt is kind of daunting. I just work at a Royal Hospital part-time and do school full-time, so my part-time job doesn't really cover the pharmacy school tuition. But most importantly, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to me talk to you about my dream job and what impact I can have. So thank you. Hope you have a great day.